Welcome back to part 2 of our Anna Biller double feature here on the Late Night Picture Show. Just as promised, I mixed up a little apricot blossom old fashioned. This has the 100 proof rye, some apricot brandy, and the aforementioned elderflower liqueur. Not the expensive one. I didn't spring for the $40 bottle. There's a $20 bottle, and it's hard to imagine that it could get any better than this. I mean, maybe I'll try it someday, but it's hard to imagine. Some of you may have seen this movie, because it's not as old and out of the way as most of the crap that I review. The Love Witch. A film by Anna Biller. If you haven't figured that out yet, you're not paying attention. What's going on over here? Samantha Robinson, Guion Keys, Laura Waddell, Jeffrey Vincent Parise, Jared Sanford, again, Robert Seeley, Jennifer Ingram, and once again, kind of a lot of stuff by Anna Biller, and I know she did music in this one. And I'm not going to throw this poster. I might hang this up. In fact, I bought the fuzzy black velvet fuzzy Love Witch poster from Oscilloscope Laboratories. It's still in the cardboard tube because I'm going to get that mother framed and hang it up in my bedroom. So there. The Love Witch, 200. Yeah. 2016 Anna Biller Productions. Director Anna Biller, starring, we went over that. So, Elaine Park is a witch. After losing her husband, may he rest in peace, she heads up to Northern California, presumably to get away. But really, she has ulterior motives. Witchy love potion motives. Speaking of witchy love potions, that'll do the trick right now. I have some witchy herbs upstairs that I bought from one of our local Park City witches. Maybe I'll have her come on the show and review something with me. Anyway, Elaine, she moves into an old house and starts mixing. Her first mark is a crunchy college professor. She easily persuades him to take her to his cabin for the weekend. But things don't go exactly as planned after she gives him her little potion. And she has to bury the guy. Next, she tests a batch on her friend's husband, the friend that found her I don't know if the house, but the apartment in the house. Yeah. Blonde housewife, friend, suburban housewife friend. But again, it doesn't go well. the potion might work a little too well, if you catch my drift. Soon, the cops, and specifically this pretty boy, square-jawed, kind of remind me a little bit of John Cena. Not as bulky, but a little bit. Named Sergeant Griff Meadows, which is perfect, is on the case. But he doesn't know if he's questioning her or she's questioning him. Well, they decide to go horseback riding. I'll get some information out of her horseback riding. And they come upon a medieval fair. Y'all seen these? They're around. Just like the one I stumble on at the park. Yeah, Charlie and I have run into the medieval fair at the park. People dancing around. Guys in homemade armor battling each other with swords. It's kind of fun. Well, of course, her witchy friends are there, being all medieval and stuff. There's some crossover there between the medieval fair people and the witchy people. I know that's hard to imagine, right? What else would we do but have a mock wedding? Trouble is, does poor Elaine know what a mock wedding is? So I dated a girl who was in the SCA, and she took me to one of these things once. And yeah, these guys take this shit pretty seriously. Like I said before, they're like building their own armor. They make their own dresses and stuff. You know what's an extension of this? I'm not going to go there. But there's a band that makes their own freaking instruments from the era to play music from the era. Well, they take this shit seriously. And Elaine, let's just say she's not firmly rooted in reality. After her friend drops by her apartment to return something, said realtor friend drops by her apartment to return something, and finds her love shrine, which I might add includes a picture of said friend's husband, things begin to unravel. Now, I normally don't review movies that I see on Joe Bob. And I think I've told you this before. It's because Joe Bob says everything there is to say about a movie. He doesn't leave me anything to say about a movie. But since he spent most of the in-between scenes interviewing Anna Biller, which was fantastic, by the way, you won't see that here on the Late Night Picture Show, because you know what? I'm just not as big as Joe Bob. Sorry. But he spent most of the in-between scenes interviewing Anna Biller on a television set, because of the goddamn COVID thing. She couldn't be like right there on the set where we could really see her. We see this crappy picture of her on a TV set. But I guess we'll take it, because what are you going to do? So I made an exception. And I've also since watched this movie without the intermissions. So, this movie was a real surprise. I honestly don't know what I expected going in. And I saw this one before Viva. I just want to put that out there. I saw this one first. I don't know what I expected, but this farce by far exceeded anything I expected. Though it was set in modern times, the main characters might as well have stepped right out of 1970. Another great year. And I would add that Elaine seems like she stepped right out of a 1970 Giallo movie out of Italy. Look at me doing Italian stuff with my hand. Like I speak Italian. Yeah. Anna Biller mentioned Edwige Fenech. And we had an Edwige Fenech double feature here earlier. Maybe last season. Anyway, that feel is definitely there. Elaine, at least, looks like she stepped right out of one of those movies. This was, and I quote, colorful, ridiculous, cheesy, and beautiful. Once again, it's a 5-ring circus tonight on the Late Night Picture Show. How often has that happened? So let me just say that I can't wait for Bluebeard. I understand it's in production. Hopefully another movie follows shortly after so I can do another double feature. I'll have to wait a while. Anna Biller Productions, she might have to raise some of that money herself too. I saw that one. Oh, geez! Once again, I really put that. I didn't even need that part. I don't know what I was doing when I cut these down. Well, maybe I had scotch for breakfast again. It's possible. Next week on the Late Night Picture Show. Yeah, next week. Where are we at? It was New Year's. We have The Demon and Primeval. Here on the Late Night Picture Show. Be sure and join us. One more. For the road. Join us next week. Now, if you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you hated it, give me a thumbs down. Comment. Subscribe. If you're Anna Biller, as if she's going to see this. I loved both your movies. There you go. So, I'll see you next week for The Demon and Primeval. Good night, kids.